Okay, we're at the group from the Palmer Trailer Court back in 1999, and here's a bunch of people getting together for a party. Okay, we'll try to remember these names. This is Dorothy, who's in her 90s, the old lady there. I think this is a guy called Squeak. We didn't know him very well. I don't know who that guy is.
I forget Ida's.
And that's Ina. Ina was Morris's friend after Rose died. She's also passed away now. Look around here and see all these people that have passed away, including Mel here. He's Bill Brown's dad from Michigan. Kind of a heart curmudgeon. That's Sally Burney, who lived right across from Morris and Rose, and later us, from Pennsylvania.
No Sally. Lovable Sally.
And that is Marge, right? Okay.
I forget.
I can't remember her last name. And this is
Doris. Harris.
What's the guy's name? I forgot.
I don't know.
So easy.
Fine again. It's outside Mel's trailer. Palmer's was a very small park, kind of funky. It was sold to somebody else, and they changed it into something also nice, but very different.
I wish you could take a picture in my house. What a mess it is.
Oh, we can do that. We can do that.
Or RVs and so on.
Yeah.
Looking much more upscale.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is Madeline Yanucci.
I guess it's going to break when
And
it
that's
gets over.
Joe Yanucci.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is the famous Frank Burney, the garlic king of the Pocono Mountains.
Uh-huh.
Of the world.
Yeah, the world.
How dare she, Frank?
I was going to get him doing his cutting, but
That's Frank Burney.
They're on their way to the West Coast to see Alice and Bud. Alice is Bill's sister.
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. If you're going to be making them. See, when I do it this way, you don't know your picture's being taken.
She a real close friend?
Not real close, but I see her every time I go to Stevens Point. She's one of the few I see every time. We were in school and did things together from the time we were first graders. And she's also a Churchill relative.
I got something to do.
This is in a trailer that we rented, I guess, just for the 1 year because it's not the one we were in. And Alice and Bud were down. They would rent a place not far from there for about a month, and so we would get together.
Alice, you want to say goodbye?
Goodbye. Partying is such sweet sorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But to wait until tomorrow.
Don't bother that too.
Okay, just leave it. I'll put it away.
If you want to review,
And I'll have these in my hands.
want to review the game today?
Oh, no. I want to forget it. I only had one really good shot.
First shot you hit.
First one I hit, and then after that,
Green.
everything was all downhill after that. You know, having that little kid along didn't help either.
I didn't want him to play with it.
I know, but you can't say a little
I
kid
would
that.
say, Joe, go ahead and play through, and he's going to play.
But he
through.
wanted to play with us. And how can you say no? No. Nice little kid, polite little kid. Oh, and then we were on this one tee, or green, and this little doggy, little teeny weeny puppy, comes up from under the fence from across the street, and come, you know, and I picked him up and he's licking my face. It was so cute. And so I said, we can't go until I find the owners to this dog.
When you dropped him over the fence?
No, it was a high fence, and you couldn't, I couldn't sneak under it or between it or anything. So I'm at the fence, screaming my lungs out. Is anybody over there? Come and get your puppy.
I think that was just when you were
Did someone
cutting,
come?
Bill, when
Finally,
she
yeah.
yelled
Then
at you.
I said to that little Keegan, that little boy, I said, "Do you know how to whistle?" So he gets his hands all fucked up. Well, that's not loud enough. So I thought I heard somebody in the doorway, and I'm yelling some more. You people over there, your puppies. And the thing is that there was a curve in the road that nobody would see it coming across, that little tiny dog.
She had broken ribs. She had a lot of pain in her ribs.
Oh.
And they looked and they could see.
Well, I'll tell you about that. Position on the boat.
It's recording.
Yeah,
So
so
are you finding it?
I did. I took the picture. Yeah. Now go on to the next one. That's what I was asking.
And just kind of hold it for a while.
Oh, wow. That's,
Here.
and Bill
He's
said,
telling me.
I know they're going to come down. They've just come out. I know that they're going to come down and try. And I said, yeah, but then
What you want to do is hold it on a subject for a period.
so I
People
said,
tend to
I'm
go,
going to get it.
you know,
And we
for
got
a lot of time, especially here.
It's recording, huh?
on the airplane. I always go over.
It's recording.
We both got
I thought I had to cross every time.
No.
slept.
Okay. There's Kay looking happy. There's a good sweeper, Bill. His beard shows up just great.
Okay.
Oh, and there's Sally.
My mother took me out tonight to dinner.
Okay, I'll get Frank too.
Sneaking up behind her.
All right, turn it off. Push the button.
Push the little button.
Oh, they changed the
Go the weasel.
No throwing. Don't throw it.
Wow.
Yeah, well. They said he dances better than the girls. I said, well, we kind of encourage him to dance.
For those that don't know, this is Paul, Joey, and Donna, and they're in Stevens Point. I think this is when they were working in Minneapolis.
Wow.
Falls off, you won't be.
Wow.
Did you learn from that? Wow. Oh, so you can drive from the other side now.
He's a lot better than you give him credit. Yeah, credit being.
Joey, be careful.
If you understand.
Don't trip up there.
Hope he doesn't even work too much, so he loses sight of the fact.
Joey, what's the name of that song? Oh.
Oh, different page here.
No.
That difficult part, we got that one hand a little while, turn the page.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting sleepy. Play the mid part.
He's sort of entertaining himself.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Good job.
Imagine your own dancing music. Yes.
Lots of bumps.
So he doesn't have a blanket that he takes back and forth between.
No, no.
And collect some things he needs.
He's just now becoming a collector of things.
And there's our little boy Joey riding in the car to the country club, learning to be an upper class citizen. Would you like to announce your name? This is Margot DeBow. I'm getting pictures of everybody. I always have it on pause, you know, when I'm looking at the other. This is Brandon DeBow's father. Big Brad.
Colin?
Oh, well,
Hi, Joe Butkowski from Joe's Garage.
Yeah. Remember that, it's rather trivial.
How long has Bill had?
And this is Michelle.
Hello. He's talking for you. Do you know what she just said?
What'd she just say?
You're a good-looking guy.
God.
His next favorite the Kentucky Fried Chicken.
This is Melissa. One of the Bow
That's a
girls.
very small camera.
The smaller the better.
We met a woman from Japan who had a camera.
Young lad's name.
His name is Michael James Park DeBow.
Better known as
MJ.
MJ. One of the more laid back DeBows.
Yes. Yeah, he's
Those
the
are rather rare,
he's
but
the
it's nice to see.
bonus
We'll do a pan of Donna and
at the video store. She said, come on, MJ. She said, okay. Did you hear that?
We have
here, Bill DeBow, he's paying for all this, and we want to give him a few extra frames here.
we just realized again they put us in the back of the bus. There's no one else here, but we're still in the back of the bus.
And his lovely wife and my sister-in-law.
Well, after complaining about the service in February, we're expecting very good service today. It's too soon to tell, but...
Oh. I never complained.
Was that an incident or just a general?
You weren't here.
It was a happening.
Right by the window. See the
Mac?
over at the window. See the window?
Yeah. But can I ask you a question?
Oh, you probably can. Mac's pretty good at answering questions.
If you could be a duck, an eagle, a chicken, or a worm, what would you want to be?
Nothing.
Oh, I bet Collins has an opinion on that.
Junior?
Ask the question, Collins.
A chicken you eat on Thanksgiving.
If you could be an eagle, a duck, something, or a worm.
No, that's a turkey, but...
He's getting
Great stuffed salmon.
He's like, don't even think about it.
Who you drank about last weekend?
Turkey.
Oh, just about it.
I got it.
Two people.
You can... Some casual clothes. Well, they still have to look decent, Margot. They can't just, you know, come in torn jeans and that kind of thing. But the men won't have to be wearing ties.
apparently the building that Paul
Yes,
and
Michael,
Donna
the ducks and
touched
geese
on.
are.
He won't do it. So I had to go the year out. He wants to put them up. 6 months. So we got
got them all ready one morning. After 6:30.
Joey is still sitting there.
Wait a minute, they were at my house. Kids were at my house. The thing, the trip was over.
I mean, I finally geared up. He says rash because I can't do it today.
Zoom in for a close shot now.
What is this? So
Oh, home.
Well, what do you think?
This is just a mask.
I think it's about time to move out.
By Margot, or do you want to hold her? I'll hold her. No. Okay, I'll put her down.
Margot, you have to put your
legs down. Oh, so family. Wait, sit over there. Sit over there.
I don't think we're going to get Joey in this.
Okay, sit here. You can stand up like that with his mom. That's fine.
Joey, can you sit down so
MJ,
Grandpa can take your
Brad.
picture?
Brad. Sit down, Matt.
What happened?
You can hold him. You can hold him right back there. That's fine.
On the picture.
Okay, everyone, look out and say.
Hi, Joey.
Well, here we are at Lake Hilbert, and I'm going to check out Houghton's cottage. This is the cottage looking from the lake.
Obviously put on new siding.
Yep.
It's lovely.
Used to have a bathtub out here with flowers in it, you know. But we didn't really associate with them. Right to the lower left is where the dock is. The dock is out now. That's where it goes. It's a beautiful day. This lake is gorgeous. You can see to the bottom out as far out as you can look. Beautiful, peaceful lake. I can hear a loon in the background. View looks to the swimming beach we used to go to, and now it's some sort of town park. And about midway there is where the boat tipped over, and I almost lost my life, but didn't. There's the beach, and there was a little drop out there we had to be careful of. And we could never swim until a half hour after we ate, otherwise we'd get a cramp and die. There's a building I remember somewhat of. Still standing. Uh-huh. This tavern is, oh, this used to be Picard's Tavern. That was the name of it. Goodman welcomes you to our community. This is the Houghton's house. The house on the hill. He managed the Goodman Lumber Company. I asked my mother one time how much he made, and she said, probably makes about $400 a month. I was pretty impressed with that. Just looking down the hill from Houghton's, and you can see the church down at the end of the road. Houghton's house from the front. This is the old Doc's house, now occupied by Kenny Edelbeck, I guess. There's Edelbeck. Goodman Lumber Company's store that my dad managed, and it's been closed for a while. Now a guy named Gary from Wasaki is trying to make something out of it. Apartments upstairs and kind of a store and stuff downstairs. He took Kay and I throughout this whole store. I rode the old elevator that I remember. We're upstairs where our apartment was, down in the basement and everything. It's very junky, but he's getting it going, and I wish him well. There's another shot of the store across on the other side, and as I pan over here, there's the Goodman Town Hall now, but it used to be the gas station, and it was operated by a mechanic by the name of Chief Oshkosh. And there were pumps out in front, and that was a gas station. Beyond that, I'm going to get closer now. This is the Goodman Bank. Lyman Dirks eventually operated that. I guess he owned it. But like everything else in this town, from the beginning, it was owned by the R.B. Goodman, the owner of the Goodman Lumber Company. And he was and there was only one of each in town. And here, but this is the old World War I memorial. Across the street from the gas station, and been here forever, since 1919. Here is the famous Goodman clubhouse. Right in the front there used to be the, let's see, how did that work? I think that was where you went into the movies, but the post office was somewhere around there too, so I'm not quite sure. The actual clubhouse part was that door down there. We used to go in there, and there was nothing like a afternoon sitting at the counter having a malted milk, a little bag of potato chips, and a new comic book. Life didn't get any better than that in Goodman. Up the clubhouse, you saw these houses, and I don't know who lived in there, but Alice probably does. And here's St. Joan of Arc's church. St. Joan of Arc. Where I made my first communion and went to catechism class. There's the Demore's old house. Goodman rocks. There's that one, and that one, and that one. And I'm going to go over and climb on them now. We used to throw cherry bombs right against that wall down there and shoot arrows, but there's a big jump from here to here. This is looking down Mill Street, and this is the Rascal where Kay just went to go to the bathroom. We'll go back there later. Three houses that were next with ours. I don't know who that was. Was that Vogel? Alice will know. And there was Baker's house, and then ours, which has changed a lot. And as you go over here, this is Bill Demore's, the dentist's house. There was another dentist before that. Old house. It's had new siding on it and the porch closed in. And it's pretty junky around there. It really was a nice house before. There's the front of it. This maple tree, it's just a little fella. It was planted, I believe, when we were here, because they dug up the sewer. And robins used to nest in there. Here's the old garage, and that's pretty much the same it used to be. There's the back of Baker's house, but I don't know how well it can be seen in this sun. Look, a memory pops out. This field is across the street from the back of our house. Tommy Hilton and I used to go out here and shoot arrows in the sky, straight up. So they'd go out of sight and then come straight down. Lucky it didn't hit one of us. I had to go to the bathroom in that field one time, and Tommy Hilton taught me how to lay on the ground facing the other way and open my pants and go lay down, laying down. Worked out pretty well. At the Moore's house, this is the lodge at Goodman Park. And here's the river. This is the rapids. I understand that Alice went down with some Indian in a canoe or some boat. It looks pretty hairy to me. I guess it scared my parents too. It's a beautiful river. This is the Patio River. That's just been added recently. And that is Goodman Park. Alright, this is the old Peacock's Tavern. And it's operated by Bill and Teresa Ebert. And that's Teresa Ebert down there. And Bill's going to come in, and I'm going to ask him where Leola is, because she was a friend of Alice's. This is Bill Ebert. He's the brother of Leola. And Bill, where is Leola now?
Leola's in Elgin, Illinois.
And how long has she been there? She got kids, or what's her situation?
Well, she's married. She's got 3 grown daughters. Retired nurse. Her husband's retired mason. And they have a summer place up around the Dells.
Okay. All right.
She's been living in Elgin for forever, I guess.
And what's her?
We're in Illinois.
And how old is she?
She would be about 69.
Okay, that's my, yeah, okay, that's Alice's age. So, well, anyway, say hi from Alice Steebles and her little punk brother, who she never paid any attention to, Billy. After a night of frivolity, we are at Richard's Motel in Dunbar, where we stayed. We had a good time last night. And now we're going to go to church, and the old people are go there, and then they go to this restaurant we're going to go to eat. And look what's up here. My God. The geese are heading north. It's going to be another beautiful day in the Goodman area. Look at those suckers. This is, I remember this. Oh, we just got out of Mass, and we're talking to some ladies who are from the old days. Women older than I, some in their 70s. One's a sister-in-law to Bob Gustisha, and the other one is an Anderson. She says she's one of the Anderson twins, but I don't remember them.
Goodman. The lumber companies which created many of the communities in northern Wisconsin have passed from the scene, but the villages remain, monuments to the hardihood and persistence of the residents who worked and lived in these communities. Goodman was a company town founded in 1908 by the Goodman Lumber Company, which owned 100,000 acres of woods surrounding the village. Unlike other company towns out on, Goodman continues to flourish. Many wood and brick buildings were erected. The first building, a hotel, was built in 1908. A large steam-driven sawmill was completed in 1909. In subsequent years, the company built a department store, office, clubhouse with bowling alley, a movie theater, bank, high school, grade school, and over 100 homes. Unlike some former sawmill towns, now ghost towns, Goodman survived by adapting to change. Selective cutting replaced clear cutting. The company sawmill still exists. A veneer plant was built in later years. The original stand of trees and the people who cut them are gone, but the town, mill, and surrounding woods remain.
And this is the old ranger station. Roger Lotto's dad ran this, and we played around outside here. And as you circle over, you come to Mud Lake, now called Clark Lake. And this is a spring-fed lake that has bogs floating all around it. Of course, we used to play around there a lot because it wasn't that far from the house. Had a muddy bottom, and it was purported that if you sunk into the bottom, you would keep going down and down and down and never stop. And that kept us from swimming in there for quite a while, but finally we had permission. This is Clark Lake, and it used to be Mud Lake. This can be seen, but there used to be a dock right here we went out on, and I can look and see the remnants of it on the bottom. Don't know if it shows in the camera. Beautiful Mud Lake. Way on the other side there are bogs, I believe, that are up against the shore, and sometimes they float all around the lake. A lot of beauty around here that I didn't recognize when I was a kid. There's the old sewer line expanse. And the road that goes out toward Armstrong Creek, west on Highway 8. And this is Dick Miller's house. Many a time I was in there. And this is one that was moved from next to ours. In this street here, we played ball on. This is coming down the hill from Bibby Berg's house. And here's the new Protestant church. The old one burned down years ago, I guess.
Good Union Protestant Church.
Good Union Protestant Church? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is the hill where the high school is on. Yeah. There's the old gym in back of it. And then right to the right here is where the old grade school was. And the grade school now, which is the Armstrong Creek Goodman School District, is right there. And that's where the old hotel used to be. And the new high school is over behind the church there. And go take a look at that. Here's the new school. And it's behind the church. Here's the old St. Joan of Arc's priest house where Father Linsmeyer was, and we visited him every once in a while.
Very priest probably stays.
He had that little coin thing that you put a coin in its hand and put the money in its mouth. That's the kind of stuff I remember. No, I don't think priests stay here, Kay. I think they're visiting. Maybe he does live here, but it's they go between parishes, you know. So we don't know where we are. I'm not sure, but I think this is the neighborhood where the Giroux lived. Somewhere around. Might have been over this way. If Rita Giroux ever sees this, she can tell us. Can you steer for me? Here are shots of the old mill. I don't know how this compares with how things were then, but it was in these areas that there was an awful lot of lumber. Still is. I guess it's a pretty going concern. Off in the background there you see the little store, so you get an idea where we are. This is the back of the school now, the grade school. Taking a picture of all this wood stacked up to dry. Because this is no different than it used to be. The old days of Goodman, they had all this stuff stacked up. And I'm looking from the hill down in the back of the store and the garage. On the clubhouse down there. Right, here we come down the street where I lived. There's our house over there. And Gomber's house, and one of these is Rosencrafts. I don't know who he's. That must, okay, and here's was the dentist. We used to go in here to go to the dentist. God, I hated that. There's the new post office over there now. The old post office used to be in the clubhouse. Turn left here.
There's a car coming.
I got it. And we'll pan over here to the entrance to the clubhouse. And there's to the theater and also to the post office. This building was built to represent, or to look like Mount Vernon. We are about to leave Goodman. That green sign there says Business District. Kind of an ambitious sign. White House is Hoyt's, and as you drive in town here on Highway 8 going east to west, our house is the one you run into. Way down there. And quite a bit to remodel. Alright. These are some really old Goodman folks are. These are names that I recognize, are people that I knew, or people that I knew. That's Kathy Miller's dad, Carl Duda, I'm almost sure. It's Uncle Ed and Viola. Gusticia, this is probably Bob Gusticia's folks. Maybe an uncle. Michael and Alma Vogels. Alma Vogels still alive, I guess. George Holden, Mr. Holden. And here's Mom's friend Ethel. Just died a few years ago. 100 years old. There's Reuben Oshkosh. He ran the store when we lived there. Not ran the store, he ran the gas station, the garage. Hetfield. Crafts. Mary Ebert. It's their son Bill we were at their tavern last night, who runs that tavern. I can't believe how many names I remember. Weinfurter. Here's a especially meaningful one to me, Art and Amanda Miller, good friends of my parents, and their son Dick, my good friend. Patio, another name from the past. La Chapelle, I remember that name. Goodman, unincorporated, and now we bid it adieu. And we head east on Highway 8 out of town as we just came from 10 Acres, and we'll be going Pembine, turning right and going down to Green Bay, but we'll make one stop at the 8 High that you see off in the distance there, and just take a photo opportunity. This road has just been rebuilt, or redone. It's just beautiful. On the way to Dunbar last night, we must have saw 15 or 20 deer, right, Kay? Yep. Coming up on 8 High. Like to spend a little time having a drink there, but the hour is wrong. It used to just be a tavern, now it's kind of a store and whatever.
Do we need any Bob?
I don't think so. Any trip to Goodman would not be complete without a trip through Dunbar, and I'm just about out of film, and no, I'm not. I don't know why that thing went off, but anyway, here's Dunbar. There's Richard's Motel, where we stayed, and that was Dunbar.
Well, show Ann has a card. Boyd or somebody.
And pictures taken.
I have very few requests for you.
Who's eating candy bars like that?
Me,
What are you trying to do, get fat?
I'm there.
He buys them.
For years from now, when nobody knows who's who, this is Marge Monti. Marge is my mother's half-sister, and her husband Les. They live in Menominee, Michigan.
I know, but you know, if we get me well, I don't want you down the next year.
Are you taking turns now?
Hmm?
You taking turns?
I hope not. You gotta stay well and take care of me.
You can't even imagine how a simple act of kindness carries. We love you! Stop the band!
What I plan to do on my summer vacation. I'll go to Summerfest, Milwaukee Zoo, State Fair, Noah's Ark, Brewers game, the
That's it, but that's about it.
I think that Walmart has really changed their home section in general.
It's more fashionable.
This is really cute.
Favorite things.
But yeah.
$8.
Bring it out, buddy. Thank you. I know, no kidding. It's warm.
John, can I give you the one?
I'm here yet.
I knew. These I've already got the bibs for now.
Oh, it's today.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw Zach say, I heard Zach telling people in the classroom, yeah, this race on Saturday, Mrs. Tolan was handing these out. He goes, everybody come, this is my mother's very own race.
This is the shrine of St. Teresa. St. Teresa, this
How you
is
doing, Carl?
north of Juneau, and there's some sort of race or activity these kids are going to have, I guess. Who we're seeing here is Cole and Paul. There's Cole. And there's Paul.
What are the numbers for?
They're numbers because that's what race runners you are.
I'm race runner number.
Let's see, your brother's got it. What's Paul's number, honey? Please. 160. That will prove that on that fateful day, it proves to be a good number. On the front or the back? Front. Put it on the back. Don't you put it on the back yet?
I think on the back. I don't know.
You don't have to.
You put yours on the front too? Okay.
She is. I don't know. Just whichever comfortable.
Whichever comfortable. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Oh, no. You only need a couple more water. Tell me if I stick you. Ow! You're teasing.
Mama made it.
Show Grandpa.
Hey, come on, Paul, keep stats on him.
No, just think we're going to do a 360 first.
Coach. You got a good look at Cole's running shoes here. Little Abner.
I'm tired. I need to have good energy for the race.
Number 260.
I think I know, Mom. Hershey's chocolate. Yeah, but you want it?
She didn't want to run.
All right, they're getting ready to start the race. Supposed to start at 11. I'm talking on here. My time is wrong on here. It's 1:56, but actually it's 10:56. But the date is right.
I put out my other glass. Everything got a focus.
I have no idea where Cole is. Oh, here he comes. Keep going, Cole. Attaboy. Keep going. Cole, keep going.
You're my pilot man. Hey, look
Beauty.
Right down the road. We're going right down. Yeah, someone was directing down the road. I was like, no, we're going.
Good job, Jordan. Good job, Jordan. Good job, Lena. Hey, good job. Good job, Eric.
Here comes Paul.
Yeah.
Good job, Paul.
Close together, yeah. Which one? The green guy?
Tell me if Cole's coming. Yeah.
Okay. You'll be a while.
Right here, love. Right here.
Stay in line, stay in line.
Good
Okay.
job, Paul. Okay, go on through now. Paul, honey.
Good job.
Good job, Daddy. Good job. All right, Dad. All these untied shoes. Good job. He's still smiling. Good job, honey. Come on, buddy. Yay. Oh, other way, Ron. Come on, Cole.
Let's see it.
Good for you.
There you go, Cole. Hey, can I get your tag?
Good job, Cole.
Good job. Proud of you. Did you get a prize? I just hugged it. Keep this on. Hold on a minute. Keep this on. You get some water, and there. I think there's some stuff you want to go. Let's go over here and see what there is, shall we?
Whether you're a girl or a boy.
Red jacket. Oh, here she is.
Yeah, it's good to see Mr. Clint. Thanks for this race.
I think we have my baskets to pull out.
So that people can get their t-shirts, stuff. You know, just as a healthy, fun thing for kids. Cheese.
One more, Ben, and then that one.
Have you ever done anything harder than get loved by your mother? What? Whatever could that
It's the road.
Is that right?
I did the race.
You look, you're getting some action done. Sort of like Kama can be here without having to leave the dining room.
See you on the big screen.
What? I'm right there. That's what I came in.
Maybe you'd be first place, huh?
I'm going to be last.
You did real good. Except there was one girl who was 7 years old who was kids in front of you.
You guys are all running really fast and close.
Cool, Alex.
I was here.
Hey, Alex. First time. Yeah.
Yeah, he's here.
I just saw him. Was he next to Daryl Ann?
right.
Nice job.
Hey, let's see what you won there. Attaboy.
Okay, let's, I think they've got
Bryan and they're singing. What this was the Alaska Youth Choir that he was in at that time.